Hello and welcome to Cooking with Amanda. Today we're making a wonderful, hearty multigrain bread. The recipe comes from America's Test Kitchen. To start out, I've added 1 1/4 cups, 2.5 cups boiling water to 1 1/4 cups of multigrain cereal. I've used a 10-grain cereal that I purchased from Winco's bulk food section. After it's rested for about an hour and absorbed most of the liquid, I'm going to be adding a combination of wheat and white flours to the mixture. I will also add this mixture of melted butter and honey. It's cooling now after the butter has been melted. Also, 2.5 teaspoons of instant yeast. This will form the dough. When we've kneaded the dough, we'll let it rest for about 20 minutes and then add a tablespoon of salt. Check back in a little while to see the dough process continue. Well, it's been about an hour and most of the liquid in our multigrain mixture has been absorbed. I'm going to add the mixture to the food processor bowl to start out the dough. I'll also add honey and butter. There's 4 tablespoons of each honey and melted butter in this bowl. And then I'll add the yeast, 2.5 teaspoons of instant yeast. I'll mix that, and then I'll start adding the flour and add it a little bit at a time, mixing as I go. Put in about a cup here and mix. See, the dough is already starting to come together. Hopefully this food processor will be able to handle it. If not, we'll take it out and knead by hand, I guess. Go ahead and add the remainder of the flour. And mix that. After it's well mixed and kneaded, we're going to let it rest and then add the salt. The dough is still a little wet. I'll add the salt and then add a little more flour as well at that time. Stay tuned. Welcome back. The dough has been resting for about 20 minutes, so now we're ready to add the salt. And the sunflower seeds. I've now taken the bread dough out of the mixer and formed a ball, and I'm going to let it rise in a warm place for about an hour. The dough is now doubled in size, and I'm patting it into a rectangular shape to divide into 2 loaves. I'll cut what I've got here in half. And then shape it a little more into a rectangle shape. Now I'm going to roll it and pinch the seam as well as the ends. And now I've shaped my loaf. Now we're going to spray the outsides with water to get it to be sticky, and then roll it in coats. And let it do another rise for about 30 minutes before we bake. And then we'll let it rise again. Tune in. Well, our dough has finished its second rise now. It should pop up barely after you press it down with your knuckle. Doesn't it look great? Now we're gonna pop it in the oven. I can't wait to eat it. It's going to bake at 375 degrees for about 35 minutes. Well, it sounds like it's done. Oh, and it looks good. Just take a look here. And now I'm about to slice into this bread fresh from the oven. Cut off the heel first. If only you could be here to smell it. It smells so delicious.